I mean, with Fathur, we've just lost 1-0 to Arsenal.
Oh, fucking hell, that's Havertz's touch for you, man. Fucking hell. Look, bruv, you know what, yeah? The most jarring thing is that we look like a team that play in the Europa League spot at the moment. They look like a team that want to win the Premier League. And at the moment, it's hard to say this, like, we look awful today. We look like a headless chickens. We don't know what to do. It's like no intensity, no desire, no energy. It looks so jarring at times to watch, man. And I fear for this team, let alone the manager as well, because I've seen players come out now, not apologizing to the fans, and that only 3 players, bear in mind, 3 players, let alone the whole entire team, because everything went wrong today. Everything went wrong from the tactic, from the selection. I want to know what's going on behind the scenes. Like, it feels like we're a laughing stock at the moment, Alex. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, have you seen the way that we play so far?
Well, I don't think it's anything too serious. I think we've got to take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Potter's just come in, right? There was always going to be that dip, and this is just part of that dip. And it's not pretty, but it's our responsibility as a fan, in my opinion, to try and back the team through thick and thin. And obviously this being a pretty dry game, there wasn't any shots. We didn't really have anything to shout about.
No shots on goal at all.
No shots on
shots on goal. That my problem is that Aubameyang didn't get any service at all in this game. Mason Mount, he has been poor. I have to admit with you. And Kai Havertz, let alone Shai Havertz, like his touch look like a chicken in a nest dying for eggs, man. Like, you know what? I would do better. Look. I've got my footy boots on. Yeah, I would come into that pitch, show Havertz some fucking balls to that pitch, because he looked dog shit after that. Honestly, like, not only Havertz for me, but also Raheem Sterling. How many times we've been criticising Raheem Sterling for weeks? I think this is one of the worst games I've seen from Raheem Sterling so far. He is by far the experienced guy in the team, but I think he should have done a lot more today. I'll be real with you. And second thing to touch as well, in that midfield. I've talked about that midfield against Zagreb. Look what happened today. Potter put Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho in the midfield. Look what happened. We lost that battle in the midfield. As a result, we lost the control and the flow of the game. In that first half alone, I thought we looked all right. It could have been a lot worse if Arsenal can convert their chances. But second half again, like set pieces. Have you seen the replay?
Have you seen my badge?
Have you seen the replay
I
and
was
that?
holding the S on the pitch.
Okay,
Right, keep going, Father. No one gives a shit.
Fucking hell. But have you seen the replay? How we can see that goal? It's absolutely disgusting to watch, and I feel sorry about Thiago Silva today, man, because I thought he looked the one that really wanted that bad. There's no fight in this team. I feel bad for Paul inherited this team, but at the moment we've got to criticise his selection. Why you let Kovacic sit on the bench? This is the massive game. We literally sat behind Brighton and Fulham, for God's sake, let alone Newcastle. Newcastle are sitting fourth, look like they're the Champions League team. We look like a cup team.
And we got cup fans, just from what I've seen. I mean, that's pathetic. You know, fans want to have a laugh after that game. I don't know how you can be happy about that. I hold the S after. I'm sorry for that. That caught me off guard. You know what? Oh, man. It's horrible, these results are horrible. But we didn't lose 3-0, 4-0, right? So that's something, all right? We controlled the game to an extent, right? We didn't concede all these goals. I completely agree with what you're saying about Mason Mount. I think this is a game that I noticed. He's not playing up to standard. Do you think that this is a chance for, Gallagher in these last 2 games, get some minutes, take control of that position? Because him and Mount, in my opinion, are very, very similar players. We just need one of them to produce, and it will help the whole team.
What would Gallagher do in that midfield? What kind of setup do you think that Paul's going to do? Because I can't quite figure it out. Because for me, I feel like we missed Zakaria today. We missed a lot of Zakaria. Like, look, I know he's got a kick on Wednesday and that, but
I mean, he was on the bench.
He was on the bench. Like, why don't you bring him on? There's no control in that midfield whatsoever. You let Kovacic come on for the last 50 minutes of the game. He's literally playing like a semi-injury or something. That's a suicide move. He's literally one injury away from being out like for 5 months now. It's a questionable thing that we have to criticise Potter. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at the outside perspective is that I've seen some fans now running their mouth. Oh, want the Tuchel out, but also they want Potter out at the same time. Like, it's just jarring to watch at the moment that we've seen. Like, we look like a team becoming a banter club for the next 3 years now, and I think at the moment we just have to keep what we're doing right now, even though it's not really good and plain sailing.
When you say keep doing what we're doing, you've got to be more specific, because if you're talking about that, I think fans are going to be confused.
No. I'm not saying like we keep doing what we're trying to do like we did today, but I feel like we need to keep working on behind the scenes, like tactical setup, what happened what went wrong today. Maybe Potter could tweak something up in behind the scenes. You know, we got 2 games left before the World Cup. And I feel like this is kind of good for Fathur, because he's going to work something out during those periods, let alone some of these players that don't go to the World Cup, for the likes of Jorginho. So
and also with the injuries, it gives players time to recover as well, right?
Exactly. And what I noticed so far today as well, last few games especially, you know what happened without Reece James? 3 games, I think we won 3 games at least without Reece James. One of them in the league. We haven't won a game without Reece James. I feel like we're a bit dependent on Reece James at times, but we should rectify this problem months ago. Why didn't we do that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it's a question for the owners. I'm sure there is a plan. I like to think that Potter came in here knowing it was going to be difficult at some point, knowing that we may not get Champions League football. I didn't think we would anyway, and I'm okay with that, because I do believe that given time he can produce, and given backing, he can get the best out of the squad. Do you
think our standards have dropped a little bit in some ways? Because I feel like you said like dropping out of Champions League is a good thing, but
I'm not saying it's a good thing. What I'm saying is I understand that we may have to go down or go a few steps back to go further forward.
Yeah, I've seen what you're saying, but I feel like if we go down that route again, like it's going to take another rebuild. But
it is a rebuild, though, right?
I think
we've got new owners, we've got new everything.
That's the problem. Like I feel like the problem is that within our fan base is that some of the fans want some rebuild, but some of the fans want some quick success, and that's the problem. There's no in between, because it's a 50-50 split. So it hurts for me to say this, but I feel like I know what Burley's trying to do behind the scenes, but I feel like we have to keep that mentality, high standards up, you know, and that's it's a bit slow progress, but I'm just getting things but like in the future, what will happen in it if we didn't get top 4. I just want to know, like, is it going to be another like he's going to be sacked again soon, or is he going to let Potter stick around and then try to overhaul the squad? You know what? I want to see Potter in the next summer trying to overhaul the squad, because I feel like some of these players got to go, like Pulisic, like Ziyech, like Havertz. They got to go. Like what I've seen today, Havertz is like playing like a headless chicken with no mentality out there. We need some balls in this team, and we haven't got that for a while now.